Hey VC. It has been a while since I've been here. I have not had much time to do any record shopping. My time is not my own really much these days, but I was calling it a 36-hour vacation. I went to the Bay Area, spent the night, came back the next day, spent the night with some friends. Got to go to 2 record stores, so I was very excited about that. And yeah, so the first one was Streetlight in San Jose. I love that store. I've been going to that store for 40 years. Um, yeah, probably about 40 years. So, first thing is this Hank Mobley. I think it's just called Hank. It's a tone poet. I collect Hank Mobley. He is one of my favorites. So I know this came out like last year, and I just hadn't seen it anywhere that I'd been, so I picked it up. Then the next thing I grabbed while I was there was this Nico case. I didn't see this until I was almost out the door. So I'm excited about that because, as you see, it was 25% off. This is the record that came out last year. I keep thinking we're going to have a cat walk through because he just jumped down. I love Nico case, so I'm super excited that I saw this and grabbed it. Then I was just looking through the jazz, and this is, I got to the G's and was like, oh, Grant Green, I don't have this one. So, these Blue Notes are always awesome because they're like $28, which is a pretty good price for a record these days if you're just, picking up a new record. So I was like, okay, Grant Green, it's got Joe Henderson in it. I will grab it because I don't have it. So I'm happy to add it to my collection. Then the last thing I got there was this J.J. Johnson, which I'm super excited about. I like the trombone a lot. It's one of my favorite instruments. I know that probably seems odd, but probably trombone and bass are my favorite 2 instruments. So this is, it says volume 2, and I was like it's the Eminent J.J. Johnson volume 2. And I was like, I have one that says Eminent J.J. Johnson. Is it one, or is this the same thing, just a repress? So I wasn't sure, and I couldn't pull up my Discog, so I took a gamble on it, and sure enough, I had one before, and it was an OG. So now I have the second one. Makes me very happy. So yeah, I spent the night at my friend's house. We just had such a great day. Just such a great day. I'm not going to go into it, but it was probably one of the best days I've ever had in my life. Also, with the way my life is right now, I'm, like I say, my time is not my own. I'm doing some caretaking, and I'm pretty burnt out from it because it's really, really difficult to do. So just being able to get away for, not quite 2 days, and see people that I love, it was just great. So the next day, we had breakfast, and then I had to hit the road. So I was like, I'm going to stop at Amoeba in Berkeley. It's just going to be the end of my vacation. The last thing I do on my vacation is I'm going to stop at Amoeba in Berkeley. So I did. And I looked through all the regular stuff. There was no Joni that I didn't have. There was a Kate Bush, but it was super expensive. It was like about $80. So I was like, no, I just can't do that this time. But went back to the country stuff and was flipping. There was a great big stack of Emmylou Harris. So I was like, okay, let's see. Because I don't know what I still don't have on vinyl for Emmylou. But I was flipping through and I'm like, oh, look at this one. So this is one, it's called Bluebird. And I was wondering, just because I didn't know, if it was like a repress of her first album. But I looked that up and I'm like, no, that was Gliding Bird. So I was like, okay, here's another Emmylou I don't have. It was $8. I'll always pay $8 for an Emmylou Harris record I don't have. Then they had a couple of these Graham Parsons records that I had never seen and obviously didn't have. So this is the Lost Recordings, 65, 66. I am a huge Graham Parsons fan, huge Emmylou Harris fan. So any time I see something I don't have, I'm going to want to pick it up. So I grabbed this one. Then they also had this one. And this is it's very pretty, light blue transparent vinyl. It was, what, $19? I'm gonna flip it around. Sorry, it's not super high tech. I should just call myself low tech Charlie because it's just my iPhone handheld and I just say whatever comes out of my mouth. So, yeah, anyway, 2 Graham Parsons I didn't have. Then I was looking through the jazz stuff and I saw this Herbie and I was like, well, yeah, I'm going to grab that. So it's got Hank Mobley on it as well. It's a tone poet, so I was super excited to get it. Then the other tone poet that I grabbed was this one, Cornbread. This is one of those sort of seminal jazz albums that you're just supposed to have in your collection. So I'd been sort of on the lookout for this for a long time and never saw a copy that was like a pressing that I wanted to get. So when I saw this one and that it was a tone poet, also it has Herbie on it and Hank Mobley. The only way this could be better is if it had Wayne Shorter on it as well. But that's okay. So I'm happy to have it in my collection. Then the last thing that I got, excuse me while I cough. While I was in the country, of course I look at Patsy Cline before I look at Emmylou Harris because of the alphabet and the way that works. But I saved this one to show last because it's a 3 LP set. We're just about to have another cat walk through, I think. That's why I'm pausing. Nope, he's gonna jump up instead of walk through. That's okay. I love Patsy Cline. I collect all of her records, anything I see, anything at all. So when I saw this, I was like, this was a Record Store Day release a number of years ago. I didn't get it because it was before I was collecting records again. But it's one of those, what do they call it? So not an exclusive, but I can't remember. I'm gonna just try to move on. So the original one that came out was a Record Store Day issue, but this one came out later after Record Store Day. So they actually had the Record Store Day one, but it was like about $40 more. And I was like, no, that's okay. I can live with this. So it's a 3 LP set. This is not super exciting to see this, but for me, it was super exciting to get a 3 LP Patsy Cline record that I didn't have. The inside of it, there's not a booklet or anything, but there are 3 really, really cool pictures of her. I haven't listened to any of these. I just got everything opened up and cleaned and put in sleeves. So my next step for today and over the weekend, because it's going to be rainy and I'm not going to be doing much, is to listen to all my new records. So I'm excited about that. Not sure when I'm going to be back because 1, I don't have a lot of time. 2, honestly, I have so much like back catalog that I need for the people that I collect that I was a little bit surprised that I bought 10 records over the 2 record stores because, I have most of what I'm super interested in having. And at this point, I have 1,000 records and I say to myself, that's a lot. Do I really need to have obscure things that I'm really never going to play? And it's just going to be like, oh yeah, I have that on vinyl, but I never ever play it. So mostly I just want to have stuff that I play. So I'm not quite at the point of, if I add something, I have to remove something from the collection, but I'm getting pretty close to thinking about that. So yeah, my days of, just like buying 20 or 30 things just to have them, I think those days are over. So Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you very much. Think about subscribing maybe if this isn't too weird for you. And that's it. So I'll be back sometime, but I don't know when. Peace out.